Hi guys, welcome back to another Decant Boutique video hosted by Timmy from Imagine Scent. Today we have new designer fragrance release to share with all of you. Before we begin, I'd like to tell you guys if you want to try out any of these fragrances, we have it all on the website right now, so links in the description below. First one we have here is L'Homme Ideal Cool, the new release from GUERLAIN, and the notes here we have bergamot, orange, mint, anise, almond, water notes, jasmine, vetiver, patchouli, and ambroxan. So this one, off the top smells extremely minty. On my own channel, I described it a little bit more of like a toothpastey kind of mint. It's very thick, rich. In the beginning, there's some citruses to really help loosen it up along the way, but in the dry down, you're gonna notice that the mint becomes more and more heavy. It's just a very cooling fragrance, very fitting to the name. It has this very bright, minty, toothpastey kind of mint and freshness to it. Overall, my personal opinion on this one is that I personally don't really like it because I don't really like toothpastey kind of mint fragrance, so this one is really not my favorite. But a lot of reviews so far from actual users says they do really enjoy this one, especially in the sun. Some people even wore it to the gym, so there are some people who enjoy this type of things. I think if you like fragrances like Crypto Mint by Thierry Mugler, you're definitely going to enjoy L'Homme Ideal Cool. This one might be a more shower gel type take on Crypto Mint. So yeah, in summary, overall it has a toothpastey kind of mint mixed with a lot of shower gel like ambroxan vibe that's in Dior Sauvage. Bang those together, you get L'Homme Ideal Cool. So for now, it is quite a good scent. Not my taste personally, but if you like ambroxan, if you like mint, you're really going to like this fragrance. Next one we have here is Le Beau by Jean Paul Gaultier. This one has notes of bergamot, coconut, and tonka bean. Now this one, off the top, you're gonna get a little bit of that bergamot. The bergamot really doesn't stay long in this fragrance at all. The main star in this one is the coconut and the tonka bean. The coconut at first comes off a little bit of a lotiony kind of vibe. It's not super lotiony, but it does have something that would remind you maybe a little bit of a body lotion. It's not as creamy, it's not as thick. It's very sort of loosened up and airy, if you will. Now the tonka bean comes into play a lot later in the fragrance, adds a little bit of darkness to it, add a little bit of a powdery type gourmandish touch to the fragrance, which makes it a little bit more of a well-rounded fragrance. Overall, this one to me, it is quite an okay / unique designer release. Nothing that blows me away personally, but it is a nice release. For those of you guys who are looking for something maybe a little more different, this one might be a good one for you. In terms of occasion, I would say this one is best fit maybe for the summertime. So this is a Jean Paul Gaultier that you would wear in the summer, maybe summer evening, on a tropical island, or maybe just on a date, on a night out. I think this fits the bill perfectly because the coconut note really lends itself for summertime. It really feels like you're on some type of vacation when you smell coconut note. So yeah, this one, summer nighttime, I think it's the best time to wear it. Try it out yourself. Again, it's quite a unique take in the designer world. So at the end of the day, you're not missing out. Even if you don't like it, you're gonna get to smell something new. Next, we have The One Mysterious Night by Dolce & Gabbana. You have to know saffron, grapefruit, rose, oud, clary sage, amber, precious woods, labdanum, and tonka bean. This one's a very Middle Eastern inspired fragrance from Dolce & Gabbana. It smells extremely traditional in the Middle Eastern way. It has rose, it has oud, it has saffron. All those fragrances come into play to create this kind of very thick, rich, incensey type of vibe. The amber and tonka bean at the base as well, also very traditionally done in the Middle Eastern way. So it adds a little bit of a warmth, it adds a little bit of a powderiness to the whole composition. So this fragrance really feels, I can't really say much about it. It just really feels like a Middle Eastern style, incensey type of fragrance with the rose, the oud. Everything feels a little bit more cloudy, everything feels a little bit more powdery, a little bit more dusty, but overall heavy in the sweetness and the woodiness. So this one, if you like Middle Eastern fragrance, you're gonna like it. But if you don't like Middle Eastern style fragrances, you're not going to like this one. I can guarantee you that much because it smells just traditionally Middle Eastern. The rose oud saffron is a very common combination in any Middle Eastern fragrances. It's probably the most common combination. Rose and oud, definitely the most common. Second most common is adding saffron onto the mix. And this one has all of that in space. So if you're not into Middle Eastern style fragrances, you're definitely not gonna like this one. If you're into it, you're definitely going to find this one quite appealing. All right, next one we have Acqua di Gio Absolute Instinct. And the notes for this one we have sea notes, bergamot, lemon, seaweed, patchouli, ebony wood, and amber wood. So ebony wood and amber wood in this case comes off very much like a warm, spicy-ish, really rough, dark colored leather, whether that being brown leather or black leather. I really can't put my nose to it, but it smells like dark leather with some hints of spices, some hints of sweetness on it. Now the top notes, the C notes, the citruses, doesn't really stay all too long in this one, so that's not really important. Those citrus notes in the opening maybe only last the first 2-3 minutes, and then it jumps straight into the base notes, which being the ebony and the amber wood. So this one smells like a big deviation from the other fragrances from the Acqua di Gio line, which is really nice. We finally have a really big flanker from this house, and it smells really quite different from the original Absolute as well. The original Absolute smells like a fruity version of the original Acqua di Gio. This one is not the case. This one is just a big leap away from the whole line. This one smells a little bit more, I would say, like a niche fragrance because it has a lot of facets to it. It has some warmth, it has some spiciness, it has some sweetness, it has leatherish kind of feeling, it has woody kind of feelings to it as well, which makes this fragrance overall just a really interesting release. This is actually one that I want to own myself. It's one that I want to review. So this is one that I highly recommend you check out. In 2019, there's not a lot of good releases in my personal opinion, but this one is definitely one that you need to check out. This is one of the gems of this year. Oh, it just smells really good. If you want to smell something that is very different, but still has somewhat of a mass appeal DNA, this one is it. As for the season, I would say this one is for late summer nights, fall time, maybe winter time if it performs, but late summer nights and fall time, springtime as well works really, really well. So highly recommend this one. This is actually one of my favorite releases in the designer world of this year. Next one we have Invictus Legends. In the notes we have grapefruit, sea salt, sea notes, geranium, bay leaf, spices, kayak wood, and amber. Now this one, ignore the notes, just ignore all the notes. This one smells like a very thick, rich, sweeter version of the original Invictus and Invictus Intense. Now the sweet in this is darker than the other two fragrances, and that's about all that is when it comes to the change. The notes does not matter at all. Just know that this is a darker type of sweetness, more syrupy type of sweetness than the original Invictus and Invictus Intense. So this one is definitely more akin to the fall and winter time. If you want Invictus for the fall and winter, this is one. But if you already own Invictus or Invictus Intense, this one might feel like a redundant release to you. It feels like that to me. But again, if you want a fall and winter Invictus, Invictus Legend is the one to go for. That's pretty much all there is to be said about it. Very simple. For those of you who are just a big fan of this DNA, it definitely has its place. So nothing much to say about this one, but also in my personal opinion, nothing groundbreaking as well. But if you're using Invictus, you don't really care about groundbreaking smell. You care about something that works. And this one, same with the original Invictus and Invictus Intense, will work for you. Alright, that's it for all the new designer releases so far this month for us. Make sure to check them out in the description below if you want to try all these out for yourself. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace and bye.